Hello, good evening and welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Fox, you're on the panel. Typing away there is the one and only Bridgeman, and also Fox. Good evening, gents.
Good evening, people.
Oh, can I say a big good evening to you guys in the panel? Huge good evening to the guys in the lobby and to all the Rangers fans all over the world listening in. Good evening and welcome to Rangers Radio.
And can I quickly send out a message to all School Blue, all the best to all the lads on the panel. Can I kick off first tonight? I'd just like to say... On you go, Bridge, on you go.
I'd just like to say Gordon Banks, probably one of the best goalkeepers we've seen, certainly with my eyes. Wonderful player. R.I.P. Sad news. Great player and a great example of footballing. Great example.
I quite a tragic story in some respects, but obviously 81 when he passed away there. But
yeah.
He had that car accident mid-70s, mate, that cut his career short, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely. Lost his eye.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a one of these kind of old gentlemen of the game type of thing, you know? Leicester City and Stoke. Time, absolutely. And obviously not made famous by, but certainly became more famous by that wonderful save from Pelly's header. Obviously, they said that was the save of the century. I'm sure that loads of guys could go through and say, "Oh, I've seen a goalkeeper making every bit as good a save as that." But in the game, in that moment, I think that's probably the best save I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say he's the best goalkeeper I've ever seen.
Oh, good, no. One of the best goalkeepers I've ever seen is playing tonight. Buffon.
Oh, well, I'll give you somebody to challenge him then. Lev Yashin, mate.
Lev Yashin, I remember seeing him.
Well, can I go Sepp Maier?
Sepp Maier, fabulous. He introduced those big gloves.
None of them could beat Lev Yashin, mate. None of them.
What about Steve
I've seen him. No. I went to a game, I think it would be 1967, when the then Russian side came to play Scotland at Hampden Park.
Remember it well.
There was no Rangers players that night, but Jim Baxter captained the team. A few other famous names. I think Dennis Law played that game. There was a couple of dud Celtic players. In fact, one of them scored for the Russians when Tommy Gemmell beat Ronnie Simpson outside the box with a pass back, if I remember right, lobbed it at the Tapio. All right, Bridge?
That is indeed.
And Yashin was the first, I think he was the first, and might be the only goalkeeper ever won the Ballon d'Or.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised with that. He was a wonderful player. But I think, to be honest, I mean, as we go through your life, I think that Sepp Maier came along and he kind of changed, because the best goalkeeper in the papers, the best goalkeeper we'd seen for a long time was Ron Springett. They called him the Cat. Do you remember those names, Ron Springett?
Aye.
In English press, he was fabulous.
I'm
saying that, but if you go forward and go through it, and then you come up to Sepp Maier, a European front, and he was just fabulous to watch. I mean, I saw him a couple of times at Ibrox. My God, those big gloves that made his hands look twice the size they were.
When you compare him to Banks and Lashin, I mean, Banks and Lashin, they never wore gloves in that.
That's correct.
Sort of Maier was the first one when you see the Kerry Everett gloves, if you know what I mean.
Aye, I remember them, aye.
I mean,
the most modern goalkeeper, who would you say, Buffon?
Well, he's been consistent. I mean, what is that, 20 plus years now?
Yeah, I think he's probably the best goalkeeper, famous-wise, in the world. But for ability right this moment, you need to go something to beat De Gea, wouldn't you, for Man United? He's just playing some fabulous goalkeeping. Just brilliant.
Schmeichel was another great goalkeeper.
Schmeichel, my goodness gracious.
What about ourselves? What about our team? Well, I'll give you a few minutes.
Well, you've got to think of Gorham, didn't you? Gorham, the man that's there now, McGregor. Fantastic goalkeeper.
Go with your top three, have a think and see what it takes us. But you're right, Gordon Banks, fantastic goalkeeper.
I don't think you would have to think long and hard for our three, probably top ones. maybe
then.
3, 4. Gorham, Chris Woods, Kloss, Alan McGregor comes into that now. I would say they were our best, kind of modern day keepers, mate.
How come
Cammy Bell?
How come Big Gas Meter doesn't get a shout out? Barcelona Bear, part of the 2 trebles. Longevity, your club, second to none.
He was a great goalkeeper for Rangers. And as you come through, there are many more as well that played very well for us. Played very well. I wouldn't call them world class or even European quality players, but I would say that McGregor is. I would say McGregor as a top class goalkeeper would fit into virtually any team, in my opinion.
Who's your particular favourite then, Fox? Who would you plump for being the top one at the 4 you mentioned?
I think you've got to go for Gorham, mate. Tremendous reflexes. For me, his agility was great. Not so good at cross balls or anything like that, but close in shots, mate. He was a great goal stopper. Everybody talks about the Van Hooijdonk save, which probably his best ever, I would say. But one of the best saves I've seen recently, mate, and this is, people will not agree with us right enough, but what about Wes Foderingham when we beat the Tims in the game at Hampden, very last minute, that free kick for Griffiths, he managed to touch onto the bar.
He did indeed, pal, yeah. That's why I was saying
absolutely terrific save, but he doesn't get any credit for that, Wes
Foderingham. That's not true. He does get credit for it, but we're talking about what we think as a best goalkeeper as such. There have been lots of goalkeepers made great saves, that's what I was saying earlier, including the great Gordon Banks. But Banks did it. He's consistent in his game. He was playing at the top level and so on and so forth. Well, unfortunately, Wes is not playing at the top level, and he did for a wee while. But
no, but we were talking. Ox was saying great saves. That was a great save. For me.
Right, okay then. I
see you go back to the Banks one, Bridge. I mean, obviously the 66 World Cup was on the television, but the 71 was the first one really televised.
Well, that was the best game in the world. The best World Cup final that MD had seen. You know, it was just fabulous. You know, but World Cup series, it was just fabulous. That was fun in the sun, wasn't it? Amazing. Mm-hmm. Amazing.
After the Doer 66 one, the 71.
In a lot of parts, it was just dreadful, wasn't it? Just dreadful.
Was that the year that your 66? Was that when the Mad Koreans came here and surprised everybody?
That's correct. They led everybody and then
beat Portugal.
Portugal 4-9 or something, 5-9
with the great Eusebio.
Aye.
That's been back a few years.
I remember the great Pele was playing. I think it was against. And I'll get this wrong. I think it was Bulgaria. And they booted him off the park. You know, I hope to God it wasn't the Portuguese, but I think it was like a Bulgarian was playing midfielder. He just kicked him out of the park. You know, Pele got carried off or taken off injured.
I don't think it was Bulgaria, mate.
I think it's something rings a bell with the Portuguese. So remember it was playing
Goodison Park, I think.
Yeah. I can't. Maybe one of the boys in the lobby will say, you know.
None of them are that old, mate. Give them a break, right? So you're clumping for Gorham, and what about yourself, Bridge? Who would be your top Rangers goalkeeper?
Top Rangers goalkeeper. I'd be stuck between. To be honest,
You not got a fat fence.
Hold on a second. I'm stuck between Gorham and Alan McGregor. I think I would plump for McGregor. Not so much for this time, but his first series with us, he was just amazing. Just an amazing goalkeeper for us. He's been a marvellous servant, but, you know, you think back to Gorham's saves, particularly against them across the road. He broke their heart, you know. It's just wonderful to think about. But from overall as a goalkeeper, I think Alan McGregor's probably a better goalkeeper. Hard to say, right?
I would go for somebody different for you, Sam. Obviously, when Woods came in, he was the best I'd seen. Because we came through McCloy, sort of Jim Stuart Kennedy, who, by the way, wasn't a bad goalie himself. Obviously, confidence took a knock and got slaughtered in the press after the 75 Wembley game. But
deserved his cap that year, mate. It was terrific for Rangers, aye.
Aye, outstanding. And then obviously Jim Stewart, sort of Nicky Walker, then Chris Woods come in and he just elevated the goalkeeping position for me, Bridge.
And he lifted it right up, didn't he? Right up.
It was the best I'd seen, and the confidence he alluded. And I mean, obviously his career was cut a wee bit short with the three foreigners rule, and with the Scotland and England goalie on my books at the one time. Unbelievable.
Scotland do some stupid things, taking up this three foreigner rule. And it just, I think the only club that killed it
Scotland. It came from UEFA, mate.
Was it UEFA, was it? I can't remember. Just crazy. Anyway, what was I going to say? Wee Skipper has told us it was Hungary I was thinking of. Hungary and Portugal kicked Pelé out of the tournament in 1966.
Well, Skipper would know, wouldn't he? Skipper would know. So anyway...
Skipper, he probably looked at options. Thank you, Skipper.
So anyway, people want to join us. What's the number, Bridge?
The number's 01413561972.
What else can they join us, Fox?
At Rangers Radio online.
Well, it'd be interesting to hear people's own particular favourites to goalkeeping. Obviously, Gordon Banks, and my own goal was in the news. The compliance offered the decision on his appeals been moved to Wednesday, Bridge. And I think with the rules that came out yesterday, if you move it to Wednesday and you have your meeting on a Wednesday, if you lose your appeal, you're banned for 6 months.
Yeah. It's a lottery right enough, isn't it? I have to say, I don't know what the guys in the lobby think. I've got a good idea. But they're making this, whomever it is that's organised this and brought it into Scottish football, they've not brought it in for a team like the Rangers, and that's for sure. And I can't imagine why or how the other teams playing in this league that we're in can't see that. I think somebody put a marvellous stat up that Celtic have never been cited by the compliance officer. I mean, I know the compliance officer's only been in a couple of years, but they have never been cited. Not one player played for Celtic have ever been cited by the player. I just can't believe it.
I don't think that's true, mate. I think
the
guy that got done for the racism gets cited. I can't remember his name offhand.
No, I'm talking about for a football thing, Foxy.
But the racism happened on the park, did it no?
Yes, but we're talking about footballers. No Celtic footballer has been cited.
Fair enough.
No, I'm talking about just...
All right, for a tackle then, Bridge, for a tackle.
Yeah, for whatever on the football park. They've been booked and some of them have been sent off. And Scott Brown gets sent off against Ross County and it got taken down to a yellow, didn't it? His red card was kept rescinded and given a yellow. But they've never been done. It's never been up the way. And even just 2 weeks ago or 2 games ago at Parkhead, there was 3 incidents. And 3 serious incidents, or 4 if you count the dive. But it's 4 serious incidents, 3 of them with Celtic, and not a red card involved in it. The dive by, I don't know what his name was. What's the boy's name? Burnley? Was it Burnley?
You calling him Wee Burnley, are you?
Burnley. No, what's his name? Is that right?
Oliver Burke.
Oliver Burke, right. So Burke, he takes the most ridiculous and unbelievable dive. Must have been a 25-yard dive. Incredible. And that boy, Semenovic must have done, he must have jumped 4 or 5 yards and hit that boy. Quite incredible. And then that tackle with Brown. But the only one that got cited was the boy for Hibs. He gets cited. And apparently, that's the news I heard. He lost his appeal. Hibs appealed that and they've lost it.
And then the day, what I read was that there was lack of evidence, Fox, to move the power case forward.
Unbelievable, isn't it?
Help me out, Fox. Help me out.
I can't. I just don't understand that one at all. At the end of the day, I'm quite happy because he can play against that mob at the weekend.
Can I just say...
Bridge, let Fox...
Sorry.
I'm just going to say, I don't the way these bans work, mate, it's not favourable for people, the club that gets the wrong done against them.
Yeah, I don't like
it, you know.
you maybe think that if somebody does something against you, that the player should be banned the next time the two teams play.
That's a good way of looking at it. It's a good way of looking at it.
Well,
Yeah,
I never really thought of that. Anyway, we've been joined by a legend of Rangers Radio, the one and only George Logan. Evening, George.
Hi, George.
How you doing, boys? All right?
How we doing, mate?
Internet's working well now.
Oh, it's working well now. Aye, I could hear
the whole of that village is getting off of George's router.
Exactly. I could hear Bridgeman as clear as day there. Celtic. I didn't know. I was like, what am I listening here? By the way, I've seen that save today. Obviously, I've seen it a few times, but it's been on our social media today. There was some save. I think it's probably one of the better saves that you'll ever see for that guy.
It was also halfway the best player in the world at the time.
That's what I was about to say. You took the words out of my box. It was one of the better, but it was. I mean, if that was, let's be honest about it. If that was Davy Smith that played for Stranraer done that, maybe wouldn't have made the same impact, to be honest. But it was a good save, didn't get me wrong. But I mean, you were talking about our goalkeepers, Ox. We've been spoiled over the years. My first goalkeeper, really, I obviously remember Chris Woods, but I don't actually think I've ever seen a game with Chris Woods. It was Andy Gorham as the first goalkeeper. We've been spoiled with goalkeepers. Andy Gorham, Ronald Waterhouse, guys who probably didn't even remember as much playing as many games, but Ronald Waterhouse was excellent for us. Alan McGregor, excellent for us. And a lot of folk will hang me about him as well, but Neil Alexander played a lot of good games for us, Ox.
Go to the penalty saves, mate, in Florence.
Got to the UEFA Cup final as well. So we've been spoilt with the goalkeepers over the years. Probably my all-time favourite. I can't you go for Andy Gorham, Stefan Klos, and then Alan McGregor and a few other guys in Shaborney and things like that. But I think between Alan McGregor, Stefan Klos, and Andy Gorham, I don't think you can actually pick much between the three of them. I think Andy Gorham is probably best out-and-out goalkeeper, but Stefan Klos couldn't have been far behind. I think Stefan Klos was, some of his saves were just out of this world. We've been spoiled with goalkeepers over the years. But then we've had some cricket goalkeepers as well. I mean, that Lionel Letizia was an absolute shammy goalkeeper.
By the way, he helped get McGregor in the team, George, didn't he? That's
what he actually kept him out of the team, but he was probably Glenn signing. We got him for Paris Saint-Germain. He actually played against us the night we beat Paris Saint-Germain in the penalties, remember? And it was Lionel Letizia that played against us. Antonelli and that as well. I mean, look at my favourite used to always say to me, you're better with your Antonelli than Antonelli in goals, but I didn't mind him in goals for us.
I quite liked him, actually.
Aye.
I went for McGregor myself as my favourite goalkeeper. But I said the same three as yourself there. When you talk about goalkeepers, you've got to include Gorham and Klos as well. You know that, and there's a few others in there as well that people have watched throughout their life. But of the more modern era, I would go with Gorham and Klos and now McGregor. No, for McGregor, not for this particular section he's been with us, but for what he did in the past, he was a fantastic goalkeeper for us.
Do you think that, I mean, you remember, you mentioned the box, Chris Woods. Was Chris Woods better than any three? How would they rate against each other, in honesty, Ox?
It's a real tough question. I mean,
Woods was long enough, was he, Ox? Yeah. He wasn't long enough, really, was he?
He came in in '86, and he was there about 4 years. You know.
But he was a good goalkeeper, George. A fantastic goalkeeper, no doubt about it.
More athletic than Gorham and Klos, but slightly taller. I mean, if you think of Gorham and Klos, the top level, and no tall for goalkeepers, the two of them, eh?
Yeah. I think Woods.
I would plump for Woods, George. I just think he was. He just brought something. He was the most athletic goalkeeper. The position was beginning to change. Gorham came in, and Gorham was good with the distribution because he was maybe the first man that had to put up with all the change in the rule. I know some people don't remember that, but wasn't that long ago the goalkeepers could pick the ball up.
Was it 92 that changed, Docs?
Run about there, I think, mate.
Aye.
So
that's
Gorham,
okay. You've been spoiled for goalkeepers, really, when you think of it. I mean, we can't actually. You're saying Gorham and Bridgman saying McGregor, and you're saying you're saying Woods. We've been absolutely spoiled with goalkeepers over the years. I mean, we really have been anyone. I can't remember who it was that got injured, but it's Stefan Klos got the bad knee injury. And halfway through the season, Alex McLeish brought in Lazarus on loan for, was it Manchester City brought him on loan for, and he was excellent for us as well.
Was this debut not Park Kid?
Was that right, was it?
Maybe, I don't know if he get man of the match or it was his debut, but what a game he had. I think we won when the French boys scored, the fullback in Novo scored, I think, on the way to the league. 2005 maybe?
Gregory Vigneault.
That's the man, that's the very man.
That was that with ball bounced through Rob Douglas, didn't it? We mind Rob Douglas grabbed it and flung it in the back of the net like, eh?
I think he was a good goalie for us as well, Rob Douglas.
He done no bad for his eyes.
Danny Bridgman's picks.
Oh, that's below the belt, you. Shocker. There's one, the teddy bear shouting, what about Billy Ritchie?
A bit before my time.
Exactly. You know, that's what I'm saying. George has just mentioned that we have been spoiled, and I agree with him, because we can go right back to some really good goalkeepers Rangers had.
Fox go back to Jerry Dawson, can he?
Well, I don't know if he can or no, but we've had some good goalkeepers, and that's for sure. Because you had George Niven, you know, before Ritchie, you know, and then you had the big Peter McCloy. All these goalkeepers played brilliantly for Rangers in European theatre as well. So no complaints about them at all. And yes, throughout the years, we've been very, very fortunate to have some really good goalkeepers. I'd plump for McGregor. Marvellous.
George, what did you make of that decision today about this compliance officer? Is this turning into a farce, the whole of Scottish football again?
It's a complete and utter nonsense, Ox. I mean, take your decision out of the way, because see if you're 100% honest about it, it's a complete straight and utter red card. I said last night, I don't think Morelos is a red card. Everybody can have a discussion about it, Ox, and that's us being honest about it. The boy Power, I don't think he never meant it. I can't he never meant, but it's still a red card. No matter what, it's still a red card. But go to the one, the St Mirren one for me, Ox. That's an assault, Ox. Ken, when you barge somebody like that and you hit him in the elbow in the face like that, that is a complete and utter. That's an assault in the football park.
Would you say that Duncan Ferguson get done for less?
Well, that's exactly that could have broke that boy's jaw, Ox, and they're actually no pulling that back up. So, Kim, you're better today if you know, just no pulling them back up. See whatever they talk about in sports here on a Wednesday, Friday, Sunday night, just forget about it, because nothing should be pulled back up anymore. Alan McGregor put his leg up to defend himself. If he never had done it the second time, he never done it the second time, and he took one in the stains, so he should have done it the first time. And then that guy, I don't think Power, it's a straight red card, don't care what anybody says. If the referee looks at that, it's a straight red card, simple as that. Don't think he was looking that direction. But that boy, whatever that boy's name was, St Mirren, I mean, that should have been a 6-game suspension for that guy. And if you're not going to pull things like that up, Ox, you can't pull anything else up ever again. It's as simple as that. I think it's an embarrassment to Scottish football. Only in Scottish football can a goalkeeper come out and protect himself and then get cited for it. And a guy assaults somebody in the middle of a football park and didn't even get nothing done for it, Ox. It's embarrassing to us.
You know, I've only got two questions on that. Either it's the compliance officer with an agenda, right? Or is the referee has not even seen what he's been doing. That is a straight red card.
Claire White's got an agenda, Bridge.
Yeah, the whole system, the whole compliance system, obviously there's an agenda within it. In my opinion, of course, and maybe other people would agree with me, that was wrong, and it's wrong to go through there and pretend that nothing happened. And there's a lot of people in the media and the papers are saying it was, some of them were reducing it. I even saw something in Follow that showed 2 photographs, different photos of that offence, and the story was about this is that or whatever it was, and there was no foot anywhere near Ryan Kent, no foot anywhere near him. So it's a film, and they've taken a snap before it, right? And that's what they've used. They've taken a cut of that, and that's what they've used instead of showing the foot on the face. So, in my opinion, it's just the whole thing just stinks to the high heavens. Stinks. I tell you, stinks.
George, you've left me more confused than I was before you started there.
No, I'm saying to you, two papers have ran with the story about it, and they're saying that it wasn't really, it wasn't a red card, in other words. And the photograph they're showing with it, there's no shoe or boot near the boy's face. It's nowhere near it. That's all I'm saying.
Because of when you stopped the photograph.
Correct. Or the film,
okay.
if they're taking it from a film. It's tragic. George said it right enough.
George, all we've ever wanted is consistency in it. That's all we've asked.
That's exactly it, Ox. I mean, that's not an awful lot to ask for. But it's becoming embarrassing. People getting cited for things that could be when there's guys getting away with things that are assaults on football parks. I think that these decisions today have been absolutely. I don't understand why it's now been put forward to Damora for McGregor. I don't understand that. What's the reason for that? I'm not being paranoid here, but there must be a reason for this. This must mean there's 2 weeks because you get banned after the second Thursday or something like that. So there must be a reason for it getting cited Damora. Why is it Damora and it's no Thursday or it's no the day when the rest of them go done the day? I don't understand this. But I think it's just becoming really, really embarrassing. Only in Scottish football can you assault somebody in the middle of a football park and not get nothing done about it. A yellow card, even if you get a yellow card, Docs, you're not allowed to bring it back up. I mean, I think that's absolutely terrible.
Oh yeah, unless it happens at a certain ground.
Yeah, well, that's it. Aye, that's it. And that's actually the case, no. That's actually the case. It's actually been basically said that, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, it's just sad, isn't it? It's really sad. And well, I'm sure the other teams involved now, Hibernian for a start, which we all hate, St Mirren, Dundee United, whoever it is, they're all victims of this now. And it's getting like that. Every team now is going to become a victim of this, except one. And that's no right in anybody's language. So I don't know what they're going to do.
Fox, you're a reasonable guy. Which you're taking the whole thing fast.
I think the compliance officer post is an absolute cop-out. It's to take the decisions like that away from the top brass at the SFA. For me, I think we're the only country in the world that has a compliance officer. And it doesn't work. Another experiment went bad for me. Well, see, on the power one, I'm kind of 50-50 with that, Ox. I thought it was a red card myself. And if he'd have made more contact with Ryan Jack, maybe he did injure him, I would have definitely say red. But you see players now with their feet that high all the time. You see overhead kicks in the penalty box with players up against them. So these things happen in football and a contact sport. It's very hard to prove whether it was deliberate or not as well. Do you not think so?
Sometimes, I mean, you're right. I mean, let's give the boy the benefit for the doubt. Let's see, he was watching the ball. He wasn't trying to injure Jack, but it still ends up a red card.
He catches him.
Because
Simple.
it becomes serious, and you're endangering an opponent, and you're serious foul play. It's a red card every day of the week.
I agree with that. The mere fact he booted him in the face and his studs were imprinted in his face, that tells you something. Then there's no mistaking it. The referee was right there on the button and he gave him a yellow card. And that's why I'm saying either the referee's made a wee mistake there and he's thought this is definitely a yellow. I mean, it should have been a red, and didn't he change the decision? But somewhere along the line, the compliance officer, and that's what their job is to pick up on things that didn't seem to be right. The referees genuinely went and said it's a yellow card, and they can overrule that and say, no, that was a red card. So I don't know what they've taken, whether they fell back onto the referees dealt with it scenario. But if you kick somebody in the face, and I don't care where it is, if you hit somebody in the face, then there's got to be something, you know, he fell against me. Fair enough. There's certain things where accidents can happen, but no, I'm sorry.
No, look, because you don't mean it doesn't mean it's no a foul.
Absolutely,
doesn't mean it's no a red card. You know, it's just part of the game. Part of the game. Yeah, but. And anyway, Fox, can I ask you this, mate? In all seriousness, Fox.
I am here, pal.
If the referee books him, what's he saying he's done? To book him. Because it's either nothing or it's a red card, isn't it? It can't be in the middle.
I don't really know. It could be for his foot being excessively high. I mean, I've seen players get fouls against him for that. I'll ask you the same question. Morelos is in the box. Overhead kick, scores a goal, but makes contact with the centre half. What would you be saying? A red card for Morelos?
No, goal.
Aye, well, it's just one of the ones.
You can get goals chopped off like that for dangerous play.
By the way, what I would say about the boy Power, he should have been booked long before that for consistent fouling anyway, and the second yellow should have been enough to send him off with a red card. I thought he was going through the backs of our players all the time during that game and get away with a lot more cynical fouls than the one he actually get done for.
And perversely, George, him not getting banned might, he's Kilmarnock, arguably they're a better team to play against, as GFK would call them, the puddle drinkers.
Aye, definitely. I mean, he's one of their, that boy, and I can't remember the other boy that's in the midfield, they're in the engine room for them, and they're decent enough players, hardly players. Again, with that wee boy's fee, and again, weird fit heel kick me and things like that, but I would like to think he'll get there and give his best. So that's what I said to the boys today. I think it's actually better for us that they've got their best team out, because it means nothing to us. The games are in Dunmanoo, and I've got centre half in the time, so realistically it also means nothing to us. So we want our best, our opponents to have their best players playing against them at all times, and if that means that him being playing on Saturday against that lot, and they're not the best, because that's been their strongest point, is their midfield this season. So I think that's better for us, to be honest.
Just a quick question for you, Bridge. What happens if Power scores the winner on Sunday? Who'll have the outcry?
I would be very happy in that sense. All I'm caring at this point in time for this purpose, I'm only caring about why is there something unwritten? I might be saying something stupid here. Is there something unwritten with the compliance officer and the referees that if it's Rangers, treat them slightly differently or a lot differently, and if you make a mistake, just don't give it to Rangers, and you'll get by with it. As long as you don't give the decision to Rangers, and maybe he's thought, I'm going to. Oh, look at that! That's terrible. Is it? He kicked him. But wait a minute. If I just give him a booking, then it'll no matter. It's the Rangers. And that's what I'm thinking they're doing. Might be stupid. Maybe people think I'm just crazy saying these things, but I think something like that's in it. I remember Mount Vernon saying something like this: if in doubt, give the foul against the Rangers, and it'll not make any difference. Nobody will say it anyway. And that's why I think it's there, right in front of our face, and probably been there all the time. Because that was shocking. That was just unbelievable, Oxford. Just unbelievable.
I mean, I've got to be really honest with you. Apart from that decision, I thought the actual referee on Saturday quite a fair game. I mean, that was the decision. He got it right. Apart from that one big decision, I thought it was okay.
I'm not going to argue with you there other than one. I thought there was two decisions he made a mistake on. The high boot catching our player in the face, and that what do you call him, Broadfoot taking out barging.
The thing about the Broadfoot one, I don't know if you could see that, Bridge, and I also sympathise with the refs because of the television, but I get you, the Broadfoot could have been a second.
That's the only thing. You can't do this, blocking and barging off the ball. The ball's nowhere near anyone. What's he doing getting near and bumping into a player deliberately? You know. You
remember that in a veteran five-a-side, you're not allowed to block and barge. Remember that?
I can't believe that people were actually debating whether the Broadfoot handball was a handball, by the way.
It was only the 3 hands, George.
Only the 3 hands, and then I picked up for a couple of seconds and put it back down. It was a 3-second rule. I never heard it for any longer than 3 seconds. I couldn't believe that, Ox. And see the second one on Defoe, he should have been sent off for that as well, by the way, Ox. He's been a dirty player against us for the last couple of seasons, and that he should have definitely been off the park against us the other day there.
Hopefully he'll score the winner on Sunday, George, and justice will be done. Fridge, calm down.
I'm getting upset. So I was meaning for you, Ox Gerald. Just saying.
On you go, mate.
I was just going to say that you notice it where if that had been the Rangers player that had did that, if we did that to Power just for saying sake, if the shoe was in the other foot, I think that we would not hear the end of it for days and days and days and days and days, and it would be all big bad Rangers and all the rest of it. There's a BBC. I'm talking BBC only here. Not a word about it. Not a word. I'm not interested. It's gone and done, and also it was only the Rangers, so it doesn't matter. But if the Rangers done it, like the Morelos are still talking about Morelos up in Aberdeen at the beginning of the season, they're still talking about it. Just disgraceful company.
All right, so we move on and we take our medicine as we do. And then a wee bit of controversy on social media today. I've had some interesting conversations about people, but Fox, just a debate. It's Kilmarnock that have ultimately set the price for this Cup replayer.
Well, that's what we're led to believe. Usual chasing the blue pound as much as they can get out of us without actually gaining anything, I just don't think it's right. I think the team, I'd rather see the games played to the end. I said that yesterday, but if there is a home game, the home team should be able to set the price for me. Kilmarnock should have done it at their ground to make as much money at their ground as possible. And for the game at Ibrox, if Rangers wanted to charge £15, that should be agreeable. I don't think it should be a case of the smaller club dictating what the price of the game's going to be.
Fair comment, mate. Look, I just want to go back. We've got the interview for Stevie G for Saturday, and I wonder if you'll mention anything about the refereeing decisions, George, yeah?
Well, let's see, the opposite manager done it the other week there also.
So it'll be interesting to see. Obviously, we'll be disappointed because we didn't play well, but let's hear from your manager for Saturday's game and see what his take-up was on, if any, on the refereeing decisions. Take it away, Fox.
Stephen, still in the hat for the next round. How are you reflecting on the game tonight?
I'm satisfied. I thought the performance was okay. A lot of positives within it. Obviously disappointed not to take the lead and go on and build from that. I think the keeper's made a good save from Tav, but he's been absolutely brilliant for us. So yeah, we're pleased to still be in it. I think we defended really well today. We never gave them any stupid mistakes or head starts in the game. So positive with the clean sheet and the defensive performance. I would have liked us to be a bit more eventful in the final third. I thought Jermaine had that half chance that maybe, but it looks a difficult chance. But in the main, we're satisfied. But we have played better.
The missed penalty, of course, but credit to James because his performance from there, he gets head up and just got on with it.
Yeah, and that's the way you've got to be. He steps up and we trust him to continue taking the penalties. He scored some really big pens for us throughout the season. And you can't let a penalty affect you, whether you score one or you miss one. You've got to think about the team and your teammates, and I thought his performance was outstanding again. Another
positive, the performance of Ross McCrory tonight in the midfield, coming back from the head knock as well, did so well.
Yeah, I think certain games suit Ross. He was really good against Aberdeen, really good at Celtic. When we're looking for that enforcer role, I thought second half he was immense. So yeah, really pleased with him at the moment. He's come back really strong. So yeah, I'm really pleased.
What do you expect from the replay? Do you expect more of the same?
Well, I expect a full house. I expect us to use home advantage. We've got Alfredo back as well, which will be helpful. But yeah, it'll be another tough game. But we have to fancy ourselves, and we should be really looking forward to it because we're at home in the cup with the opportunity to go to a quarter final. We have to go and take that opportunity.
And the opportunity now for a full week's training. How are you going to utilise that?
Well, the lads that have played a lot of games will get a quiet few days, and the lads that haven't played much, we'll push them tomorrow. Some will play in the reserve game on Monday, and then we'll all come back together Wednesday to prepare into St Johnstone, which will be another tough game. You know, they're good defensively, and so yeah, we're really looking forward to that test. We've got league games coming up now where we need to try and push on and be consistent, but that's 5 now. The run goes on to 5, so I'm happy.
All right, thanks for that, folks. Unfortunately, he wasn't asked about the big refereeing decision, but he's, I would say, rated it the same as us. It was a 6 out of 10 performance. Would that be fair, George?
Aye, possibly. I mean, you said the other night that I think you were quite confident that we'd win the next round of some sort. I couldn't see us getting beat, to be honest, but I don't think we're ever going to go out there and give them a scudding. I don't think that's that manager's team has got to take that kind of beating now. We weren't a great odds, let's be honest, but we're in the next round. We're in Hart for the next round. A win against them. I don't understand how Morelos can play Ox.
On the replay?
Aye.
He missed the first game because of because it was violent conduct. You missed the next game, and then it's 2-game league ban.
Oh, is that what it is? Sorry.
Aye.
So I thought it was 3 games automatic. So is that what it is?
That's what my understanding is, George. I've been wrong before, 1976.
No, that's right.
So misses St Johnstone in the Hamilton game then, is that right?
The next 2 league games, he misses obviously St Johnstone Saturday, back for the Wednesday, nice and fresh. And then misses the following games, which Hamilton, is it?
Hamilton, yeah.
Hamilton, Ibrox? Away? Hamilton, Ibrox, isn't it?
Ibrox it is, aye.
Aye. So these are hopefully 3 games at 2 at Ibrox, 1, 2, 3 at Ibrox. We can keep this run going. 5, and that becomes 8, George, if we can keep this run going under in the next, let's just say, 10 days, yeah?
That'd be good, Ox. That would be a good head start for the rest of the league, and that's why I keep on saying it's never over till it's over. I don't think we were great the other night there. To be honest, I don't think it was. I mean, there was nobody terrible. Let's be honest, there wasn't anybody terrible. It was just quite a poor game. We had the chance to score in the goal. Morelos missed. Tav missed the penalty. I think a couple of the players could have actually. And we said about the Broadfoot one. Should have been. I think he should have been off the park. A couple of decisions maybe never went our way, but we're in the next round of the Hat anyway. The draw, sorry. Also, if we play them next
Hamilton's away. But next 3 out of the next 4 games are at home. St Johnstone, Kilmarnock in the Cup, Hamilton away, and then the D Ibrox. There's no reason. And if we're going to do anything this season, we've got to win these 4 games. Foxy boy?
Got to win them all, I agree with you. And we need to start banging in the goals and cutting the goal difference that we have at the moment. These are Hamilton away, St Johnstone at home, mate. We've got to start scoring against these teams and pile. Look, the Tims put 5 by them, so we should easily equal that.
Rich?
Well, I don't know if we'll put 5 by them. But
I know.
Well, you'll go with yours. I'm quite happy if we beat them. I agree.
He's predicting 1-0.
I'm going for a 1-0, absolutely. I think that the way Rangers are, they're not getting. They don't seem to be running with the foot right pressed to the metal, to the pedal to the metal type thing. They seem to be taking things easy once they get a goal in front or something like that. And maybe just that's the way they want to play and take things easy, or we just aren't quite as good as we would like to be. But certainly a 1-0 will do me fine for these couple of games. As you said, maybe 3 or 4 games coming up here. And if we win them, then we've got a wee bit of momentum running, and we need to do it. A disappointment we didn't win last week, and I think, to me, we played not too bad, considering where we were, the type of pitch we were on, and the opposition, who played quite well as well, truth be told. But we missed a marvellous opportunity to get us that 1-0 I spoke about from the penalty spot, and once again we missed it. So we're not taking our opportunities when they come. I'm not saying a penalty is a marvellous opportunity. Of course it is. But when we get the chance, we've got to put the ball in the net. and then it's a different game. Then we need to watch what we're doing and possibly go on and score another one. But my goodness gracious, we need to score. We can't afford to miss chances like that. Gilt-edged chances, penalty kicks. We've got to score them, and we should look okay if we do that.
1-0. 1-0. George, there's no reason why we can't win the next 4 games and then look at it. There's no reason. 3 in the league, 1 at home in the cup.
No, definitely. I mean, we've got did you see the Hamilton games away for home and then Dundee at home? Is that right?
Aye, that's it.
And then we're away to Hibs after that as well.
Aye.
I think it's Hibs the following weekend.
Hibs at Easter Road, pal.
And then Aberdeen the following week after that in the Cup. So, I mean, we've got a good wee run-up. Let's be honest about it. People were saying the other night there about me, Defoe maybe not being what they thought he was and things like that. I think Defoe still score goals for us. I think you'll just need to get the chances and they'll all score goals. Morelos has got to miss these 2 games. I think Defoe scored goals. So his games we've got to win. Like you said, that lot across there, pumped in 5-0 on Saturday. So we should be able to beat them. Going to hate to Kilmarnock. I'd like to think in the league we've got Kilmarnock. Take Kilmarnock in the league at home. After that, we've got Hamilton away for home. That's a dodgy pitch, but it doesn't matter. We should still be able to beat them. So I would like to think we can take the next 4 and 5 games, Ox, and make a wee run for it.
See where it takes us. Anyway, we'll be joined by Blue Boy on the phone. Evening, Blue.
Evening, Ox. Evening, guys. Sorry about last night, guys. I went and got a new headset with a mic and that, and I thought at first I was pressing the wrong mute thing. It wasn't. It was a faulty socket with one of the extension cables. So I've been out the night. I've just come back in and I've heard you talking about the next 3 or 4 games. There's no doubt about it, guys. We've got to, they're must wins. But do you not agree with us that you think? Is it not about time? I know Bridge is happy with the 1-0. Granted, it gets us 3 points. But would you not agree? The next couple of games at Ibrox, we really do have to start trying to score a right few goals. I don't mean a right few, but we've got to be winning games convincingly. Even if we play well and we maybe only get 1 or 2, but we've got to be more convincing at home.
Fox, you want to come in with that? I think you have the similar thoughts.
I agree 100. But we need to start getting people into the box. I still think the biggest failure in the 4-3-3 system for us is our 2 wide men don't get into the box to help Morelos when he's playing. But I think now that Morelos is out for a couple of games, I think we need to take a chance at Ibrox and go 3 at the back to get our 2 strikers in. And in the middle of the park for me, we've got to bring in what we think are the football players. I heard Stephen Gerrard saying that Ross McCrory has been brilliant in certain games, and the games he picked out was the tough games, Aberdeen away, Celtic, etc., where there's a battle going on in midfield. I think Kamara needs to come in, show us what he's got. I think Steve Davis needs to come in. These are people that we're hoping can play a bit of football and create more chances for those up front.
Yeah.
George? Oh, we seem to have lost George.
Did Kamara not play in the reserves the other day, Fox?
Yeah, he played in the reserves. Aye, played in the reserves.
So that's good. That's good.
Aye, Blue Boy, I think it's important because to get momentum, obviously, if we get a few goals, all right, the points are the same. You get the same points for 1 and 5, 1-0 and 5-0. Bridge is right, but it's a feel-good factor and the confidence, and hopefully the other teams slip up and it can give us a real boost, you know? Definitely, Oxford. I mean, you know yourself, we talk about momentum and confidence, and if you're scoring goals, that gives you all the confidence you need. And get back to McCrory, the other night there, the second half, let's be honest, guys, he was the best man in the park that second half. He was
absolutely, he was terrific, he really was. But as you say, the rest of these other players now, we really need them to step up. We really do.
Is the goals at Ibrox worried you? Because, I mean, obviously, the last up until Saturday's game there, we'd scored 4 twice, 3 times, and 3 in the last few games. You had scored goals.
Hobbs, we've been scoring goals, but would you not agree that we've had quite a few games where, especially coming up to the last periods of the game, where there's maybe only been a goal in it, and you know yourself, if you're 2 goals in it, it makes all the difference. It takes away the nerviness, not just for the supporters, but also for the players themselves. As soon as you get that second goal, you know the game's won.
The Hibs game, mate, we ultimately, no did we just know was a goal. We lost 2 points as well, you know.
Absolutely.
Aye, fair comment. Aye, Bridge, can you come, mate?
Yeah, I think the one of the disappointing games was although we get 4 penalties against St Mirren, we dominated that game so much that we should have been, if we'd scored 10 goals that game that day, nobody would have said anything other than well done Rangers, well deserved, because we were a far better team than them. And that's the trouble I've got with Rangers. And you know yourself, I say every other week, that's the only disappointing. We just don't dominate. We dominate on play, but we don't dominate on scores sometimes. And it's very frustrating for people. But look, we're going to go through it, and we'll get 4 games. You're talking about 4 games, and they're an absolute must. You know me, I'm looking at Saturday. We've got to beat St Johnstone. Simple as that. We've got to beat them, and we can't come away with any excuses. We've got to win. And I'm saying, give me a 1-0 win now. I'll take it. But obviously, I want them to go there and absolutely murder them and mollocate them and all the good names. But we need to do it. We need to do it. We need to show the fans again and get a big smiles back on our faces and justify it. Because that's what we're not doing. That we're sitting here and we're not condemning people, because that's not the word I'm meaning. But we're discussing them in a negative way sometimes, and we shouldn't have been. Evidence should be more positive, shall we say? And we're just not able to do that at the moment. I don't think anyway.
Well said.
I don't know. I mean, obviously, we'll come out the game in the 29th, and we had a bad performance of the piece the last game at Kilmarnock, where we should the game won in the first 20 minutes, but we ultimately never scored. And that gave us a wee bit of negativity. Since then, our form has been pretty good. You know, we're obviously with nothing each again, but we're still in the cup. That was the most important thing about Saturday.
Oh, absolutely, pal. Yeah, absolutely. No, you know me, I'm happy my team gets there. We've got a lot of games to play, and there's a lot of silverware to play for. And we're up there and among them all at the moment. Simple as that. And play-wise and squad-wise and manager-wise, we're as good as anything that's out there, if not better than most, if not better than every one of them. So we've got to prove it. Where football must get translated, all that stuff gets translated onto the park, and we play football and put the ball in the net, and the Bears will be happy. That's all I want. I want to be happy.
Blue Boy, if this journey we're on and we're still in the mix and we're starting to move towards March, who would have thought that this time? Well, last April after the debacle we watched in semi-finals and league games.
Absolutely, and that's what we were talking about the other night there when we were mentioning just how classic Stevie G and that's been. You know, as you say, if you go back to last year, would we have thought we'd even have been in this position? This just over half roads. If you were being honest with yourself when you started the season, although I've got to be truthful, I thought we started the season really, really well. I genuinely do. In fact, if anything, I think we probably started off better than any of us thought we would have. Granted, we've had a couple of mishaps along the way, but that's to be expected. We are a new team. We've got new players, 15 he brought in initially, to get them to gel, to win the amount of games that we did initially. That was totally fantastic. There's nobody in their right mind could have thought we would have done as well as what we did. Now we're coming into the business end, we're still in there with a shout. If, and it's a big if we can carry on and just get a wee bit of continuity, as Bridge says there, we are playing no bad football. Yes, we've got wee mishaps in between every now and again, but we're still in there. We're in the cup. We're in with a shout. That's all we can ask for.
Here, mate. Here. And obviously, one of the mishaps we had a decent run in Europe, and then we had the mishap in Aberdeen. We just the semi-final. We couldn't string consistency together. But as you said rightly, a new team.
Absolutely, a new team, and let's be truthful about it. A whole new squad, you know, and for a guy who is basically just starting out as a manager. Yes, he was a great player and everything else, but we all know great players don't always make good managers. Just the same as good managers were never ever great players. It's one of these things. You're either good or you're not, and everything is positive. You can't really look at Stevie G and think out and out negatives. You can only see positives. He's getting us where we want to be. We're on the up. That's the bottom line. We're getting better. We're getting a better squad together. We're getting a better team. And that's all we can ask for. Listen, guys, I don't know whether he's mentioned it. As I say, I was out tonight. Mm-hmm. How refreshing is it to see the under-17s now doing as well as they are? I think that's absolutely fantastic.
Fox has been studying that, following that, and enthused with it. Fox, in you come, mate? You've been really...
I've been watching that tournament. In fact, I watched a game tonight, Spartak Moscow against a Turkish side. The quality of the youth players in that tournament is very, very high.
Absolutely.
The team that surprised me, although Spartak, I think, eventually won it, I had to go before the end. I think they were 2-1 up when I was watching it. The quality of the Turkish boys, mate, they went down to 10 men and were leading 1-0 against Spartak.
He said they're a delight.
Oh, they did that. Their captain, number 9, I think his name was Destin or something like that. Absolutely terrific player. Spartak Moscow, the scattering of great players. For our youth teams to be in there and competing at that level, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, they all had teams in it. And we have broke the record in the competition, winning, I think it was 7-0. And they're talked about very highly, our youths. And that's why we're now getting invited to all these tournaments. I think the backroom staff that look after the youths at Ibrox are doing a terrific job, mate.
Folks, I don't know about yourself. The one thing I noticed about the last game there, the 7-0 with the Gers boys, the thing that I was taken aback with, the height that we had in our team, even for midfielders, and the one thing you looked at all the boys, you could see that they've been beefing them up. They all had brilliant physiques, and you must be honest, a lot of our boys' teams in the last few years, that was one of the things, if you were going to not criticise, but you were looking at it and saying they all looked awfully small. That team don't. That team looked physically really, really strong, and that's, as you say, that you can only give thanks to our backroom staff, and obviously Stevie G's had a big say in all that as well.
Aye, without a doubt. We've got that party. It's well funded with the Rangers Youth Development that supplies the cash for us to compete in competitions like that. And that's another big thank you to all the fans that buy all the Rising Stars and lotteries and everything else, you know.
Absolutely.
We can see the benefit, but the big question is, can they make the leap for under 17s into the reserves and then the big leap into the first team? I mean, I've watched a bit of youth football in my years, and this looks like an exciting young bunch that's coming through just now.
Is this a Neil Warnock? Remember Neil Warnock about 3 or 4 years ago? There was an age level he said he hadn't seen one like it. Remember that? Do you remember that?
Aye, I think it was we're under 15s or under 14s at that time, which would make them available now for the under 17s. So it could possibly be the same group of young players. But even in the reserve side, mate, we've got young talents in my reserve team. Young boys like that, Mabudi and players like that who are getting onto the bench now and again at Ibrox, and there's a big future for some of these boys still to come. And the young boy that scored the hat-trick, the boy Nathan Coombs, I think we got him for Chelsea. He's big for his age, good finisher, mate, absolutely. Knows how to stay on side and can tuck the ball away. Very pleased with what's coming through at Ibrox.
Anyway, lads, get yourselves a mute. We'll come right back to that. That's a great bit of positivity. And we're going to have a tune. So get yourself on mute.
In 19
thanks for that, Fox. Bridgeman, I don't know if you noticed Al McGear's performance there in the lobby.
Absolutely, pal.
Yeah, I think he started that at 8 o'clock this morning.
I think he did absolutely a certain design, that isn't it? Superb. Well done, Al Mac. Well done.
Yes.
Yeah, brilliant.
I was tempted to delete it, mate, after all that work.
You just can't delete it. That's some sort of work. I don't know where he gets his wallpaper designer. I don't know. Superb. Absolutely brilliant.
Blue Boy, that game's on tomorrow, 1:35, live on Facebook, yeah. It's on the main site, telling you there's a stream for people to watch it on Facebook tomorrow against Real Madrid.
Brilliant. Yeah, that'll be very interesting. They've certainly been playing well up to now, and if we can play anything like what we hope they can against Real Madrid, then it shows you just how far we have come.
That'll be a difficult choice for you, Fox. That'll clash with doctors for you, won't it?
No, Messi's on a Thursday, mate.
All right, so you miss that. Oh, Thursday, aye.
I'll no miss. I'll just go earlier. Can I just say, well, we're talking about funding for the youth team. You can also take part in the Rising Stars now by phone. You can text in on the Saturday. If you're not at the game, which I think you couldn't do afore, that if you're sitting in the house and you happen to be watching something or other to watch the Rangers, you can text Rangers to 67766, £2 a shot, $5,000 you can possibly win. And I'd suggest that all the money goes to the youth development, and it's going to a really good cause.
Dougie Bears asking the role. Is it Real Madrid we play tomorrow, or did they get knocked out?
I think Real Madrid get knocked out of the big tournament of Champions League.
No, in the tournament tomorrow. We're playing in Bridge. Keep up, mate.
I know. I'm saying, I think the one he was meaning, was it not Real Madrid get knocked out tonight, the Champions League?
Oh, well, they can't, because it's only the first leg and they weren't playing. That was Man United.
Okay, sorry. It must have been that then. I do apologise. I picked it up wrong. Apologies there. I saw you mentioned it, so.
I think it's Real Madrid tomorrow. I need to check that out. Fox, it is Real Madrid. Blue Boy, Real Madrid, isn't it? George, are you still with us?
Well, that's what the boys in the studio during that the 7-0 game, they said it was Real Madrid we were playing next, aye?
Yeah.
Aye, my rocks, aye.
Aye. Brilliant, eh? The boys' best. I locked in them all, eh?
Aye, brilliant.
Absolutely.
Dougie the Bears said Real Madrid get knocked out.
All right.
How much, based on what you're saying, is it the same tournament? I don't know. Maybe Dougie can clear that up.
We'll see. Anyway, best of luck to the young boys tomorrow. And obviously, we're just obviously looking for these boys to just, for one or two of them to start dripping onto the bench and one of them to make their way into the first team, because there's nothing we like better, Blue, than one of our own coming into the team. Eh?
Absolutely. And it's so refreshing even to the other players in the squad. If you see some of these young guys coming through, and more importantly, if they can handle the pace of the game, etc., and really show up.
But good to see we're in like Ross McCrory playing Georgia.
That's what it's all about, Ox, isn't it, really? I mean, we've had Ross McCrory recently, we've had a couple of young boys here and there. We've not really actually had anybody come down through to the first team and actually had a place down in the team for a long time. I mean, probably John Fleck was probably the last one that actually came through. We all had big high hopes for it, if we're honest about it. Obviously, the young boy went to Chelsea last year, but he never actually got to the first team. So there's young guys coming through, but I think it's time that we started to see big talent coming through for Auchenhowie. I think it's now time for it, Ox. People have been talking about it for the last few years about this one and that one, young guys. The boy Gilmore and the boy who Fox is always talking about going out and loan and things like that. The wee boy Dallas going out and loan. So it's maybe about time for some of these laddies to actually come through and actually make their name in Rangers first team and be what we actually expect them to be, because they're getting trained the Rangers way. They're getting trained to They can. It's not like they're coming through Kilmarnock where it's all right to win every second week. They're playing it with Rangers. They've got to win every single week. So if we can get a few of the guys coming through, I mean, I think Ross McCrory, I must admit last year when you spoke about Ross McCrory, I think it was Big Al that said he'll be a future captain. I didn't see it at the time, Ox. I really didn't. I didn't think he'd go that far, but the young lad, he's actually came on leaps and bounds.
No, at centre half, George. He wouldn't have been at centre half, but we're fun a niche for him.
Aye, but that's what I'm saying. I mean, it doesn't always have to be the position the lad he's signed to play in Ox. I mean, how many young lads have we seen in the past has maybe been a left back or right back?
Sandy Jordan signed as a centre forward, mate. Yeah. There
you go. I mean, that boy, for example, it was playing with Hearts a couple of years ago. That boy Parson, when doing to Cardiff, is now a centre forward. So he was playing right back with him. We were going to try to sign him as a right back, and he was doing there. So things like that can happen, Ox. But I think it would be good just to see if we can get a couple of. I mean, don't get me wrong. I would love to see a couple of Barry Fergusons coming through, but we'll wait and see how long that will take.
Well, listen. After press, I just did a phone call while George was speaking there. Bertie Bassett phoned us. Actually, dialed the wrong number. He meant to dial the show, but once he gets that dementia sorted, he'll be fine. Real Madrid did get knocked out. Bridgman did get knocked out. This is quote unquote for Bertie with some Korean mob. So we play a Korean team tomorrow. And thanks for the call, Bertie Bassett. Thanks for the call, mate. Always great to talk to you.
That was good of him. That was good of him doing that. That was good. That's brilliant.
We were laughing.
Oh, you've got to laugh. You've got to laugh.
Aye. Anyway, yeah. Aye, great. Who was the Ross McCrory? Who was the guys that burst into the team who were, if you like, one of them kids that's really excited you over the years?
Oh, now you're asking. Gosh, probably the last one that was major. I think you'd probably need to go back to Barry Ferguson. Since then, who's really made it and stuck a name for themselves? There hasn't really been him, if you know what I mean.
The thing is, Blue, a lot of people, and it was a bit of a battering ram for a lot of other fans, other teams, because with Murray Park and things like that over the years. And again, it was Barry Ferguson was the one that came through. And then there was nothing else for a while and things like that. But when you actually tally up, I mean, let's be honest about it. We got £9 million for Alan Hutton, who came out of Murray Park. Chris Burke came out of Murray Park. Chris Burke done all right for us, let's be honest about it. When doing south, he made a bit of a name for himself as well. Came back up here. Charlie Adam done not too bad, even though we never got the money for Charlie Adam. Charlie Adam done not too bad. Would you say Alan McGregor came out of Murray Park?
He was there under, obviously, he was there under McLeish, wasn't he? And then McGuine came in, and it wasn't Walter came in. So Murray Park had been open for about 5 or 6 years when Alan was about.
So he came through. I mean, even the boy Gow and all these guys. I mean, there has been guys. They've not been world beaters. We've not had another Barry Ferguson. I don't think Scottish football's ever had another Barry Ferguson, but Oxen say Barry Ferguson. Let's be honest about it. But there's guys like Hutton and all these guys that have actually came through and actually made a bit of a name for herself. Maybe left Rangers at some time. Ross McCormick done a no bad job for himself.
Well, he's went for some transfers, Church, that boy.
Well, that's what I'm saying, man, doing south and things like that, and done no bad for himself. Even that big boy at Livingston in the new, just wasn't working out for the guy. He's went down to Clyde, went to Berwick Rangers, and came back up. Now he's probably one of the better centre halves in the league. The big boy Halkett.
Ox, what about David Bates? Did he come through the ranks?
No, we signed him to the Rovers.
Did we sign him, did we? Right.
In your opinion, Blue, was that a mistake letting Big Bates go? Would you rather have him there this new playing in Morrow? Do you see a big difference?
See, to be honest, I'm being honest, I don't know. I think, to be perfectly truthful, I do think we let him go a bit too quick. I really do. Who knows? We'll never know that one, you know.
We didn't let him go, mate.
No, even he signed.
No, I know that.
He was an okay defender, mate, but he's playing in the Bundesliga second league now. probably doing quite well, but once he comes up a level again, I think he'll be found out, mate. I don't
possibly
see that boy. I think the big hope that Rangers have got, the next one breaking through, is the boy Zach Rudden. I hear that he's very well thought of at Ibrox. Where did he go to there? Falkirk was scoring goals for Falkirk. He's a young boy with bags of potential, and a very nice young boy to talk to as well.
And obviously, he was took under Broxy Teddy's swing and moulded in the Rangers way, yeah?
Well, I wouldn't exactly say that, but
I quite liked Bates. I thought Bates had I thought he'd made a good centre half, to be honest. I was disappointed Rangers didn't get in for him by not signing him, and maybe they just got a bit complacent about it all. But there's no big to do about it. He's away, and that's all there is to it. I thought he played a couple of absolutely sterling games for us, particularly against, as JFK calls it, Puddle Drinkers. I thought he had a fantastic game against them.
You think he could have been unlucky, Briggs, that he was caught up in the Warburton leaving, Murphy coming in, the Pedro farce, and he just happened to be there. Like a lot of things in right place, but the right time for him. Maybe.
Yeah, there's a lot to be said for that. I just thought he was a good player. Don't get me wrong, I don't think he was a world star, but he had the makings of being a really good Rangers player for me. And there's a lot of folk, when he wasn't playing at his best, they weren't too happy with him. But the truth of the matter is, I really liked him. I thought he's only there he'll be here a couple of seasons, for goodness sake. And all of a sudden, his contract's ran out, and we've been, shall we say, complacent or remiss in not getting them signed up. Even getting them signed up so Rangers could get a couple of bob at it, that kind of thing, you know. But I'm telling you now, he would have done his return. I think he was probably...
See the guy. I'm really looking forward to it. Obviously, we're not going to get him back to the end of the season, but see the guy I think's got bags of potential as well. I always remember Alex Ferguson saying in numerous quotes that he didn't always have the best players that he thought ability-wise, but the one thing that he liked, even for centre half all the way right through to forwards, was he says if you've got a player that can move well and run for 90 minutes, he says that you've got plenty of opportunity to make them into better players. Well, see the guy, I think he'll come back. I'm hoping big time. Certainly, engine-wise, he can run as hard at the India game as he did at the beginning. See the wee boy Docherty. The engine that boy's got on him is incredible, and I think he's got bags of potential.
Listen, I hope, by the way, I don't know if you've been following the story, the bad eye injury at the weekend there. I don't know if you read that. And last I heard he was still in hospital yesterday. In fact, I was pretty remiss yesterday. We should have mentioned that and send all the best to Greg. I'll need to look and see. Hopefully he's out of hospital. He got an eye injury against Bristol City at the weekend, or Bristol Rovers, sorry.
Oh, right, I never knew that.
Car getting attacked.
Aye, well, they were taking him in the game, and some of the opposition fans get a wee bit. They were copying the St Mirren fans, shall we say?
All right, okay.
I think I read the day that he's recovering well, mate.
All right, good.
On his way.
You know, good.
And see the other thing, Ox, about Docherty. No, the one thing that was really refreshing, the few glimpses we did get him, he was never feared to have a shot for outside the box. He was also very good at that.
I'll pass this one to Bridgman, Blue Boy, because I think he's got a different point of view.
Docherty. I think young Docherty, he's down there. He's supposed to be doing very well, and I wish him all the best. I personally don't think he was good enough to come to Rangers. I think I thought we made a mistake, and we gave Hamilton Accies £500,000 for nothing, because he never proved anything to me. And no doubt there's other Rangers fans thought the same. But there's an awful lot of Rangers fans think he's a really good player, just like yourself, Blue. You know, you think he's got great potential. I don't see that potential. Obviously, I'm not seeing him every week anyway. So until such times as the manager decides he's going to bring him back and we see him at Ibrox playing some good football, I will remain doubtful that he will be a really good Rangers player. I don't think he's Rangers class.
Yeah.
No offence to the guy, by the way. No, nothing personal. No offence.
You have the right to reply, Blue Boy.
Oh, absolutely, Bridget. We're entitled to our opinion. I just think going with what I've seen of him, and even with Hamilton, as I say, the one thing I did like about him when I seen him in a blue jersey was certainly for running wise, the engine that he's got on him. He was as strong at the end of the game as he was at the beginning. Granted, I take your point. He never actually set the hair on fire. I take that, but I genuinely think there was something there to work with. Whether it materialises or not, we don't know, you know.
George, well, when you can come in and one each year, you can have a decider.
For me, Ox, for what I've seen, I didn't like to see it, but I don't think he'll make it at Rangers, and that's my honest opinion. I can Big Blue Shadow, even in the lobby now, he'll be spitting feathers just at me saying this, but I don't think he will get in our Rangers midfield right now. I mean, let's be honest, even, for example, we've not got Ryan Kent next year, I still don't think he'll get in that midfield anywhere. I would like to think we're that step ahead. I don't think he could get in the midfield last year, and he maybe got played in different positions, wrong positions and things like that. I don't think he was good enough, Ox, and I don't think he'll be good enough to come into the midfield a year ahead for where we are now. I mean, we came into the start of our season this year, want to be a team that's qualifying for Europe. We're qualifying for the qualifiers, got to qualifiers for the European UEFA Cup. This year I think we're about to be a team that's got to qualify for the next round there. So I just kind of see the laddie making it, Ox, and it's pretty sad because before he came to Rangers, I thought he was a good player, but it's only sad for him because see, at the end of the day, Ox, I'm a Rangers fan. I want Rangers to do well, and if he's not getting in our team, that means that we're doing well. So that's the way it is for me.
Well, we've enjoyed being our caller. Evening, caller.
Evening, lads. Barry Bassett here again. We're talking about Docherty there. See, although I don't think he'll make it at Rangers either, but the fact that he's been out on loan down in England and he's been a wee bit of a success down there. I mean, I think even if we do transfer him, we will make a profit on him. What do you think?
Interesting point of view. Maybe teams will want him. It's mental down there if we see even a championship team watching Fox.
I still have a wee bit of hope for the boy Greg Docherty. I think that there's a lot of players that like him that move to a big club like Rangers that expectations are so much more than the previous club they were at. And I think Greg falls into that kind of category. I think, like George, he was asked to play a position that he wasn't comfortable with. And at the time, there was a lot of turmoil at Rangers before Steven Gerrard came in. I think I read, in fact, Steven Gerrard saying that he's got high hopes for the boy as well. So let's wait and see what happens when he comes back. I think, personally, if you were playing like a flat 4-4-2, mate, I would have him in the right wing. Because I think when I remember back to Hamilton, he done really well. Not so much as a winger, but as a midfielder that plays on the right. And as you say, he gets forward, no scared to shoot, and gets himself in good positions. I think we'll give him another year, see how the boy gets on.
All right.
Yes, I agree.
Well, can I come in on that, Ox?
In a minute, I've got a quick one for Bertie. Who's this Korean mob for playing the Mora? Actually, your quote was
Kawashi or some damn thing. It should be a good game. I mean, the young boys. I watched the game the other day, on Sunday, and we've got some trying players, especially going forward. And I think it should be a good game tomorrow. I mean, if you're not doing anything in the afternoon, it's easy enough to get it. Just go into Facebook and type in that competition and up it comes, and the quality of the pitches are superb, and the quality of the production, the actual production of the football on the computer is excellent. It's well worth watching, and I think we're in the right good wee show. So,
Bertie, see what you were saying there about possibly making some money off him if we sold him while he was still down there, because he's did this full season's experience and exposure to the English system. That was a really good point. I certainly haven't thought that Rangers would be able to make any money off him. I do take it for granted, and I've said it before, when he does come back, the manager will make his move, and he'll come back in the summer, and he'll make his move then at that time, whether he wants to keep him or not. Maybe give him that chance. I wish him nothing but the best. At this present moment, I just feel we went out there and we've given Hamilton Accies £500,000, saying there's a wee present for you, because he's not done anything for us. He hasn't done anything for us. Similar to number 29, he did nothing for us, and we gave them £500,000.
Absolutely.
But I think there's a big difference between Greg and Michael O'Halloran.
It's very early for Docherty, I know, and he was the best player. I think somebody's mentioned he was a smashing player with Hamilton, played really well, and sort of led the team to all intents and purposes. And yes, if you were going to take anybody from Hamilton into the team, then it would obviously have been him. But he hasn't actually made it. It might just be his youthfulness, as Foxy says. It might just be playing him in the wrong position in the wrong team, and that's all there is to it.
But also,
Bridge, can I ask you something? Can I ask you something then? See how you're saying there, if there was a player we would have taken for Hamilton, we all probably would have said, "I go for him." On the flip side of that, can I ask you one by one? Is there any use can put up a stake for the defence for signing Kamara? And I don't mean that in a bad way. I've got to be truthful, guys. I can honestly say I never ever noticed that guy whenever he was on the park. And that one came right out the blue for me.
I'll take you to Fox with this one, Blue Boy. Fox, Kamara. You've got high hopes, haven't you?
Like everybody else, wasn't he a great notice when he played against Rangers, mate? But you don't get much chance of it if you play in the midfield like when you're playing against Rangers. But apparently Neil McCann, who I would take would be a good judge of a football player, says Rangers are going to make a fortune off of this boy. He's got
I take that point. Good point.
Bags of talent. Just maybe another player that will need to find his feet at Ibrox, but I think we'll see him very shortly to get our own view. Blue Boy, I think he'll maybe come into the team within the next 2 games.
Yeah, here's hoping.
The other one. See the Greg Docherty one just before I'll take that on the panel about Kamara, mate. Bridgeman, I've got to be really honest with you. When he came in that sort of quarter of the season there last season, the whole club was a bomb scare.
Of course.
A shambles, yeah.
He's maybe came in at the wrong time with the wrong people in it, and so on and so forth. The story goes on, and he's maybe been unfortunate. I didn't see what some folks saw. I saw him playing well with Hamilton Accies, and he came in and I saw him a couple of games at Ibrox, and I thought he started off no bad and then he went down and down and down. And that just may have been he was played out of position, as Fox says, or the different pattern of play. It just wasn't there for him. And he's went down there and allegedly he's playing very well. So I'm really pleased for him. Over the moon for him. And if he comes back up and if our manager trusts him to play, then he's going to get my support. And I hope he succeeds. I hope he succeeds. Just right at this moment in time, I don't think he was Rangers class playing the way he was playing. That's all I mean.
And what about the boy Kamara, Bridge, before we take that to Bertie?
Right, Kamara, when Kamara was coming to us under the sort of the free deal at the end of the season, that's what I wanted. I objected at the time when Rangers are winning and paid them money. I don't think we should. I don't know how much we paid, so I've got no idea.
We're not talking about that. We're talking about his football ability.
His football, well, fair enough. His football, I've only seen snippets of him. I haven't seen very much of him at all, to be perfectly honest. I think he played against us and he played quite well. And we're up at Dundee. But I've only seen a few, as I say, it's only minutes I've seen him in reality playing for Dundee against other teams. So I never even thought about Kamara until such times as he was going to sign for us in a pre-contract. And I was delighted that we're going for him because he was their best player. And we're getting him for nothing. I'm happy with these deals. I love them. And they'll do me all the time.
Bertie?
Bertie's gone, mate.
Oh, still with us. George, what's your views on the Kamara signing? George gone as well.
I don't really know about him, to be honest, though. That's the thing. I don't know if he's a holding midfielder, if he's attacking midfielder. I've never really seen much, and obviously now he's signed for Rangers, I think he's a world beater, but I just want the guy to get back in the team a wee bit. We'll get in the team a wee bit to let's see what he's actually capable of. I mean, the game against St Johnstone, even if he's on the bench, the following week against I will not be able to play in the Cup, then I get me wrong, but the following week against Hamilton, you'd like to think he'd maybe get in and about the team to let's see what he can actually do. So it's another player in Ox, let's be honest, it's another player. And see, like, just going back to that one there and the Greg Docherty one, even if these guys didn't become players for us, Ox, we can sell them on, even if it's a small fee or whatever, we can sell them on. It's like what Aberdeen have done with Lewis Ferguson. Aberdeen have signed Lewis Ferguson, and I think he'd be a good player for Rangers, Ox. I really do. I like the Baldy lad. I like his. I just like the mouldy the way he plays football. For us to go in and get him now, well, we wouldn't be able to get him. But just for example, if a team were to come in and get him off Aberdeen now, it'd probably be $1 million and a half. Whereas probably Aberdeen got him for Hamilton for a couple of $100,000. So that's the difference. Like, so you take a punt on these guys. If they didn't work out, you can punt them on. Simple as that.
I think Kamara's a ball-playing defensive midfielder. That's
a ball-playing defensive midfielder.
Yeah, I mean, if we look at McCrory's a tackler, mate, full of energy. But you couldn't say Ross is very inventive with his passing. I think this boy can pass the ball. He's got pace. He can track back, tackle very well. Good anticipation. I think that's the sort of recruits we are looking for in the midfield.
Is Morelos a ball?
Is that what you're saying?
Is Morelos a ball playing centre forward?
Of course he is.
He was on the 29th anyway.
Morelos is a fabulous player.
You got that one, Blue, eh?
Aye, absolutely. Guys, I'm enjoying it.
My thought on Kamara is simple. If Gerrard and the backroom staff thought he was the man and he's going to improve their squad and their team, I'm happy with it, if that makes sense.
Ox, absolutely. That's what I was just going to say. It's quite refreshing to everyone. I don't think there's any on the panel they know that can honestly say that we know anything really much about Kamara at all. And as you say, well, the very fact Gerrard's went for him, Gerrard must have seen something in him. But I can honestly say, all the games that he's even played, maybe not even against us, but even against other teams, I can honestly say I never ever noticed the guy. I couldn't tell you the first thing about him. But as George says there, or was it Bridge, when he was talking about Neil McCann, I did see that quote that Neil McCann says they'll make a fortune on, and this guy was going to be a cracker. But here's hoping.
I think guys, and we all know this. Some players can play really well for other teams. When they come to Rangers, there's a different amount of weight when it comes with the shirt, and some people can wear that shirt and blossom with it, and others can't, and we've seen them struggle. So let's
absolutely, Bridge. So maybe you hit the nail on the head there, especially when you were even talking about Docherty. Could it just be that the guy maybe had to go elsewhere, that when he came in, it wasn't the right time for him, and things weren't working out? The shirt maybe was too heavy. He came to a big, massive club that he probably didn't think he was going to get to. The very fact he steps backwards, that when he comes back, here's hoping it might just work for him. We don't know.
I can only say, Blue, I wish him all the best. If he's near the first team, as close to the first team as Fox is saying, and I just wish the boy all the best, and I hope everything goes well for him. I do that with every player that plays for the Rangers under our management, no matter who they are. I wish them nothing but the best and all the success in the world. Because if they're successful,
well said,
we'll be successful with them.
Absolutely.
On you go, George. On you go.
No, I was just going to give a wee quick hang with the rocks. So I just racked my brains there when we were talking about Auchenhowie. I just racked my brains as the guys who actually came through for Auchenhowie, and it's actually quite frightening the amount of players that's actually came through for Auchenhowie. Obviously, there was McGregor, Hutton, Danny Wilson came through for Auchenhowie as well. Andy Halliday, Barry Ferguson, Chris Burke, Charlie Adam, Lewis McLeod, who I thought Lewis McLeod was going to be a good player for his Ox. The lad had a few injuries. Ross McCormick, the boy that's at Livingston and the new on loan. What do you call the boy?
What, the centre forward?
Aye, Hardy, Ryan Hardy.
Okay. Oh, sorry.
Ryan Hardy. John Fleck. So there's a few, and then you've got the boy that's on goals at Livingston as well, Liam Kelly. So there's been a few players came through there, Ox, when you think, and then obviously Stephen Hughes and these guys as well. It's actually came through and done a ton for us at one point. So it's actually, we've had a few players. We've never had the actual world beaters like Barry Ferguson came through. Let's be honest, I thought Danny Wilson was going to be a world beater, Ox, when he started playing Champions League with Davy Weir and things like that. But we've never actually had it. But we've done no bad out of the players that have actually came. We've maybe not got a lot of fee for them, but we've done many parts actually been not too bad for us.
I think the trouble is that what we've not done is a lot of the boys, when they leave the club, we've not got their contracts right, you know, and they've left the club maybe for nothing. That's the problem, George, you know.
Good point.
The big majority of the guys in that, if you actually just think about it, apart from maybe Hutton and Ferguson, Danny Walsh, I think we got $5 million for him for Liverpool, but Adam, Burke, McLeod, Fleck and all these guys have left for absolutely nothing. I mean, Fleck's only really came to the front of his career in the last couple of, maybe a year and a half, 2 years. I think he's just signed for West Ham. Did he actually sign for West Ham?
I don't know if he went to Sheffield United. I mean, he's doing well with him, and they're near the top of the Championship, you know.
Aye, so there's a lot of players came through, like.
Yeah.
As you forget, time goes by quickly. Buddy Park's been open for nearly 20 years now. Well, the Hummel Training Centre, yeah.
Was it 1998 opened, Ox, was it?
No, Advocate came in there, and I think it was roughly 2000 by the time it was already, wasn't it?
Was it 2000?
Roughly. I'll not say the exact date, you know.
Aye, but even, I mean, the guys that were Andy Halliday came through, Danny Wilson, who's still knocking about the new. Nicky Clark was at, well, known as Murray Park then. So all these guys came through as well. You didn't actually realise the amount of guys maybe actually never actually been anywhere near Rangers and maybe been in the Premier League for a long time and you didn't actually realise it, like Stephen Hughes and guys like that.
Hi, it's a hard thing spotting future talent, Blue. It's not as easy as people think.
Absolutely no. See the one I'm a wee bit kind of perplexed about, to be honest, guys. Middleton. I thought Middleton there, when he got his chance under Gerrard, I think there was 2 games in particular. He played a full game and then he played a half a game, and he was sensational in both of them. And then he kind of went off the boil. He was bringing him on for maybe the last 20 minutes, last 10 minutes. And the one thing I noticed about the boy was he had certainly put on weight, as in he'd built himself up physique-wise. But for the last few times we brought him on there, I noticed that he kept doing the exact same move. He would try and batter the ball down the touchline and try and run by the player. And if the player blocked him, that was it. He was never ever really in the game. And yet, I still think there's something there that you can work with, because he's certainly got speed. And as I say, I like guys that get the ball and that can run with a ball, because I find sometimes in our midfield, even early years, we've had a lot of sitting midfielders, and I realise you've got to have them. But in the modern game nowadays see the guys that they make the money, that they make the big positions their own. It's guys that can move with that ball at their feet. And I just feel that...
Look at the 2 goals Kent created last week, mate.
Absolutely. Kent for me is a fabulous player. Again, we go back to what we've been talking about. Can we realistically see him staying? Wage-wise, I can't see it, guys. I'd love to think we can. Who knows? I just think the money that's on offer down south now, and that's a point I was trying to say last night before my mic and that went on me. The one interview that I did see on TV was for that bloke, Jack Ross at Sunderland, and he happened to mention that when he went there, he says I was absolutely shocked. He says there was 7 players that weren't even on the fringes of the first team, and everyone was on more than 50 grand a week. Can you believe that, guys? At Sunderland, that's what we're up against.
It's not a lot of money. It's a lot of money to me, boy. It's a lot of money to me, but it's not a lot of money to Bridge, man, you know?
As a footballer, you know, the wages for us to try and compete now, I mean, it's boys are laughing all the way to the bank, and this is what you're up against.
Did you see that one?
It's whether they've got the...
Blue, did you see that the boy Ramsey? The boy Ramsey
for
Arsenal.
400 grand a week.
Is it Inter
400 grand a week. No, Juventus. Yeah.
Quite amazing. And that's
incredible.
That's a pre-season contract. Arsenal get nothing out of it. Incredible.
Yeah.
Just incredible.
Absolutely incredible.
I heard one the other night there on that TalkSport that says that Tottenham Hotspur they've got Dele Alli on 160,000 now, and they've got the boy Keane on 160. But apart from that, they've not got anybody else anywhere near that. And if Manchester City had to buy if Tottenham had to buy another 10 players, pay them all 100 grand a week, and double every single one of their players' wages now, Tottenham would still have a lesser wage than Man City. I mean, that's absolutely frightening.
It's frightening.
That's incredible they're paying, isn't it, George? Based on the stories, of course. Incredible amount of salary. I mean, I dare say, I don't know any other team. Certainly not in Britain, anyway. This PSG might be paying the same, or if not more. Is that not the same mob that owns PSG that owns Man City? I don't know.
I think it's a different country, Bridge.
Well, it doesn't matter. It's Arab money, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's just incredible. Just absolutely incredible.
That boy,
Bridge, look what the Chinese.
Boy, let Jobs come in, mate. I know it's
sorry.
On you go, Jobs.
No, I'm just saying there, Rox. I mean, that boy Ramsey's got to be the second highest paid player. Is it second? I'm sure it's the second or third highest paid player in Italy next year.
Wow.
That's absolutely frightening. I mean, he's a good player, don't get me wrong, but I don't think he's anywhere near that standard.
So one behind Ronaldo, is it? Is Ronaldo taking? I'm assuming he's a top.
I think there's Ronaldo and I'm sure there's one more. I'm thinking he's either second or third. I'm sure there's one more, but Ronaldo and then another one, and then Aaron Ramsey's got to be the third highest paid player in Italian football next year. I mean, that's scary. That's just mental.
I mean, you're right. He is a good player, but if Rangers were playing a friendly next week against a team that Aaron Ramsey, would you be buying tickets to see Aaron Ramsey?
Well, exactly. That's the difference. See somebody like Ronaldo, he's got that pull. Tevez had that pull. These guys sort of had that pull, but when like you say, Aaron Ramsey's not got that pull for me.
Utility midfielder.
And you go, Blue.
I was going to say, Ox, look what the Chinese are willing to offer what I classify as guys that are at the end of their careers. Look what they were offering Rooney there before he went to the States. They were talking about offering him up to $350 a week. I mean, it's frightening. And they've not even got what we classify as a right good football league, you know what I mean? But they're willing to pay the money. I dare say the Arabs are talking about them bringing out a new kind of football league out there because obviously they can afford it. The money's just... It's just frightening. It's scary business now.
If he gets a season over there, he's going to be a multi-millionaire, isn't he? Amazing, just amazing, that money. Incredible.
I mean, at the end of the game, it's a team game, isn't it? It's mental, isn't it? Really, when you think about it, that the difference in the dressing room, it must be difficult to manage.
Well, I remember him coming through with Wiltshire. Jake Wilshere and the Aaron Ramsey. And I used to say to Boswell a couple of years ago, going to give us a loan of Jake Wilshere, because I thought Wilshere was a fabulous player. Obviously, he got a wee bit crocked and a wee bit injury prone now. But my goodness, they were great players when they were youngsters. My God, £400,000 a week. Wow.
I know, that's frightening.
Wow.
We were talking about goalkeepers at the start of the programme, about Rangers goalkeepers and things like that. I think the best ever goalkeeper I've ever seen was Buffon when he played with Juventus. Either him or Schmeichel. I thought the two of them were world class. And I remember when Buffon signed for Parma to Juventus, was it 33 million? I mean, I just found that incredible. £33 million for a goalkeeper. I think he was the dearest player in the world at one time. I'm sure he was. 33 million it was. And that was a long, long time ago. That was
still
incredible.
Playing, George.
Was that, sorry?
He's still playing.
Still playing. I think he was the best I've ever seen. But now when you think about it, guys like Aaron Ramsey and things like that getting paid this amount of money, it's just, I mean, Scottish football will never, ever, ever be able to compete ever again. It doesn't matter what Sky Day or anybody does, we'll never, ever be able to compete. And you were talking about it last night. I mean, teams like Southampton and that come and take our best players. And there's one you were talking about, Suffolk City or whatever it was, coming up and taking Aberdeen's best players. I mean, that's crazy.
Salford, yeah.
Second division or something like that. Absolutely crazy.
But George, what do you think You know that boy that plays for Man United, goalkeeper wise, that De Gea. Is it De Gea, something like that?
De Gea.
What do you think he's worth? If he was
Well,
getting sold,
tell you what, he's worth a lot more than the Chelsea goalkeeper. But actually,
absolutely, pal, absolutely. Yeah, just amazing amount of money there's going to be. And there's that mob of sweat. The Man United spent an absolute fortune on players, and they get humped tonight, 2-0 humped. Wow,
yeah,
quite incredible. Wow.
Anyway,
it's good to talk about this stuff. You just got to wish that Rangers had some of that.
I don't know if I'd want at the moment in time for us to be paying £400,000 a week for a player, because every bad pass and everything, you'd be going nuts, wouldn't you?
£400,000 for a player, please.
A week.
Transfer money.
A week. Mental. The game's mad. Blue,
talking about players, Ox. Do you remember when we had Trevor Francis, the first £1 million player?
Well, do you know 1987 we signed him as?
Yes. Do you know he's still, for me, it's still the best penalty I've ever seen taken in my life at Ibrox. He didn't even he put his left foot to the left hand side of the ball, drew back his right foot, and dinked it out of the goal. Was it against the Germans, wasn't it? Against the Germans.
He was a
what
quality
a penalty
player.
That was. He wasn't half.
Yeah, I was down in Nottingham when he went to Brian Clough's club, Nottingham Forest. My goodness gracious, could he play football? Mind you, he was a boy star at 15 and 16, played for Birmingham City. He's a top star youngster, Yeah. I was very fortunate to tell you that I met him, Trevor Francis, and where was I? I can't remember where I was, but I was sitting down, and I ended up with the guy sitting next to me was this Trevor Francis. So I started chatting away to him. Really nice guy.
Yeah.
A good player, aye. First £1 million player, and then made the first $3 million, Duncan Ferguson, eh?
That was something else, wasn't it? He was something else, wasn't he? Wow. And he's still with Everton on the coaching side.
Aye, he's still down there, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
We certainly know quality when we see it, don't we? In general.
Absolutely. One of the players for me, guys, Brad, you would know all about him. Unfortunately, he passed away there not that long ago. When we got him at first, I always used to think when he played with England and that you never really seen him running about a pitch. I didn't really take great notice of him until he started playing in a blue jersey, Ray Wilkins. Oh my. He could look one way, he was looking to his right, and he'd seen Davy Cooper, he'd seen Mark Walters already running the left, and he just switched his leg and the ball went straight to him. It was incredible to watch him, the way he could spray that ball about.
Yeah, wonderful player. Yeah, I think another one, it was a youth player with Chelsea, and he was a star at International, Youth International. And I think he ended up, I think we were talking about this a couple of months ago, and he was captain at Chelsea as a teenager, like Martin Buchan was with Aberdeen. He was only a youngster, captain of the team, and that wonderful, wonderful player, great exponent. Ever so pleased and proud that Rangers managed to sign that guy, and he scored one of the great goals that we've seen. Scored against that.
Tremendous,
just fabulous.
Absolutely tremendous. An extra set missile it went for him.
He was a good player, mate. He was a good player, wasn't he?
And a really nice guy too. And when you listen to him on the telly talking about football, he knew he was talking about this. That was his life. It's just sad what happened to him. Just sad.
Absolutely.
We've got a few games coming up in the next few weeks. I'm hoping to take. We're sitting here looking at the Easter Road game, go there for a performance and really put the pressure on the PDs. Fox, can we do it? Just a bit of luck, bit of pressure. Somebody needs a turn, and the pressure cranks up.
I think that turn might come this weekend. I can see a draw between Celtic and Kilmarnock, and hopefully we pull 2 points back there, and then it's all to play for. All they need to do is slip up one socks to open the door fully for us, I think, and I think that might be the first mistake that they'll make. I think the exertions on Thursday night against Valencia, they'll take a lot out of that team, and they're ripe to take to Rugby Park. I think, and I think they'll go, well, a draw at the most. I think they'll get there.
George.
I'm with Fox all the way here, by the way. I mean, they're no world beaters, of course they're no world beaters, and I think we're still in this. We can't have any more mishaps like we were talking about earlier on, Ox. There's no time for us mucking about anyway. We need to start winning. You're talking about the 4, 5, 6 next 6 games. Could have in the next round of the Cup and well on in the league, and you can only hope that a couple of teams maybe stand up to them, because they're no world beaters, and like Fox said, they're coming back from Valencia during the week there and having to go to a hard game. I think they've had, since the winter break, I think they've had 4 games out of their 6 games at home or something like that. So I think we'll definitely get on their coattails. We just kind of slip up any more.
I thought they were playing St Johnstone on Thursday night. I thought they played them every week.
Aye, I know. Aye.
Blue.
I'd concur with both what George and Fox says. You would imagine, we'd hope that when I'm playing Valencia, if they're going to slip up shortly, then you would imagine it would be against Kelly. And if Kelly put in anything like the effort they did against us, then I genuinely believe they've got every chance. And if they do that, it's like what George and Fox says, we can't afford to. We've got to step up. We've got to keep pushing, and just make sure we keep taking the 3 points.
Rich?
I can't disagree with that. We have to, as we said earlier, like every game for us is just massive. It's just huge, and the tension's getting there, and with the fans as well. So we've all got to do it. And I'm only looking at for Saturday. Let's go out there and show these people we can do it. And when we get to Hibs, we need to batter them as well. We've got to beat everybody. Every single game we've got to win. If we want to win any tournaments this season, we've got to win. The biggie, of course, is the league, and we need to do that. We need to win every game. There's no two ways about it. We need to win every game. If we want to win the cup, obviously we need to win every cup game. Simple as that. Got to get through. So that's again, we're so looking forward to Rangers doing well. It's just not real. The pressure's enormous. The fans are really nervous, even though it's a good nervous. It's really nervous. We just want to do well. We want our team to do well. So get in there and do it.
Do you feel an excitement building, Bridge?
Oh yes, most assuredly. I have to admit though that for me it's slightly different. I love going over to Ibrox. I love to go there knowing I'm going to see my team, and I always get that marvellous feeling when I'm there watching them. Now sometimes that gets taken over if we're not playing that well. It gets taken over by sadness or whatever, unhappiness. But I still like to go and see my team, and you have no idea how good it is. You probably do. I'm telling a lie. After our problems there, no matter what happened and who done it, to get us from where we were in the depths of despair to where we are now is something unbelievable. And I don't know if there's any other teams in the world could have done and gone through what we went through to get us to where we are. And still,
well said.
This marvellous feeling that we've got inside us, as a lot of Rangers fans feel, we've got a real good chance of winning this league. But going back to the wee point we're making, to do that, we've got to win games. We've got to go on the run, make everybody frightened of us, and beat them every time, out there and beat them. And if we do that, nothing to worry about. We'll do it.
Well, the excitement's building, but do you think we're getting the credit we're due as a club for where we've been and where we are?
100% no. No way we're getting the credit. I suppose on the flip side of that, you could look at it and say, well, is that why we think everybody's against us at the moment, whether it's the media, the press? Because let's not kid ourselves on. We do know, for whatever reason, they do not want us winning. They do, the other side have got everything wrapped up as far as they're concerned when it comes to the media and the press, and they are all against us. There's absolutely no doubt about that. And as Bridge just says, the only way you can shut them up is just keep winning, and picking up that 3 points.
George?
I think I've already said it. I think we can do it. Like I really do. I think we need to just buck up our ideals and start winning these daft games. Games like Livingston and Dundee and things like that. I mean, we keep on shooting ourselves in the foot, Ox. But like I say, the excitement is gone. A lot of fans are starting to believe now. If you had turned around and said to me, anybody at the start of the season, Oxford, middle of February, going into March, we're still in the Scottish Cup. We've had a good run in Europe, and we're 6 points behind that lot. I would have took that any day, Ox. So I'm still buzzing for it. I really believe we can still do it.
I think we'll break our hoodoo at Parkhead as well, mate. I think we'll go there and beat them at Parkhead. I think when we play against teams that play open football, we're as good as MD, and on our day we will beat them at Parkhead, mate. That's my big hope. That'll be the big turning point. I think we'll go there and beat them. No draw with them, beat them when we go there.
What a day that'll be, Blue.
Absolutely. What a day that would be. Do we believe? I agree with George. I said it last night on the show. I genuinely think if we can just nick out the kind of daft slip-ups, because that's what they have been. They've been kind of daft moves. It's not that we've been outplayed by anybody, because we certainly haven't. We've more than outplayed 99% of the teams we've played against. It's been our own doings that we've lost games or we've dropped points.
Even in Europe,
100%. It's been our own doings. It's not that the other teams played us off the park, far from it. So if we can just buck up our ideas and cut out the mistakes, I am like George. I genuinely believe that league is there for the taking. Make no mistake about it.
Listen, I've just had a message. See your headset and that you got yesterday.
Yes.
Give the bill to Fox. Not that he pays him, he just likes collecting bills.
Nice one.
No, I'm afraid all expenses that come out of this show go to Bridgeman. I've nothing to do with the money, as you know.
I never said you did. I just said you like collecting bills.
Very good.
Well, we've reached that time of the evening. Bridge.
All I can say, what a marvellous night. Great discussions and well done to everybody. Really, really good. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. It's been a good few days there. Absolutely superb. But can I just say to all the Rangers fans all over the world, particularly Rangers fans on here, on Rangers Radio, every single one of us, as we've said tonight already, please keep it going for the Rangers, because the Rangers really need us. They really do. Keep it going.
All right. Can I thank George, Bridge, Fox, Blue and Bertie Bassett for taking the time to join us. This has been Rangers Radio. We'll be back tomorrow night between 9 and 11 talking about all things Rangers. Thanks for listening. Take it away, Fox.
How many years ago, my boys, I left old Glasgow town. I followed the pull of the Yankee land and here I'm settled down. Although I meant for Bridgeton Cross and my friends so near and dear, but I would give if I could have the Rangers over here. Singing Talk of California where the sun shines all the year. Singing Bama about your Broadway light so clear. But it would fill my heart with gladness, it would fill my heart with cheer, if we only had the Rangers over here. For they're the finest team in all the land, and I'm sure that you'll agree. To see them win is something grand, it's part of history. We're the boys who fear no noise, my lads, and I mean this quite sincere. What I would give if I could have the Rangers over here. Singing Buck of California where the sun shines all the year. Singing Bama about your Broadway life so clear. But it would fill my heart with gladness, it would fill my heart with cheer, and we only had the Rangers over here. and I'm sure that you'll agree. To see them win is something grand, it's part of history. For the boys who fear no noise, my lads, and I mean this quite sincere. What I would give if I could have the Rangers over here. You can talk of California where the sun shines all the year. You can bomb about your Broadway lights so clear. But it would fill my heart with sadness, it would fill my heart with cheer. If we only had the Rangers over here. If we only had the Rangers over here. If we only had the Rangers